As he doesn't get himself. You know?
Okay, welcome. Technology is not working in my favor right now, so this is how my presentation is gonna go. So my name is Carter, and I'm doing a presentation over the golf rules and a couple of the slang words that you would hear on a golf course. The importance of this would be to whenever you're out playing, you can kind of understand the conversations that you're hearing, and just some of the actual words, and you can kind of just fit in around the golf course. And the rules, it can help you with just playing and avoid getting yelled at, because some people like to play it right. And I am a credible source for this because I am a golfer. I have to watch a seminar of rules every year for the high school, and I'm around these words all the time because I work at a golf course. Okay, so now we can move on to the terms. We have 4 pictures over here, and I'm going to start off with the first term, which is to hole out, which means that you hit the ball from outside of the green area and you make it in the hole, and that's called a hole out. And this is a Tiger after he rolls out, holding up his ball. And then we move on to shank, and I kind of just added this little gif for shank, and this is kind of caused by either the grip or the head, or you lift up your head. And I learned this at golfweekly.com. And then 4, in this picture here, was first used in 1878, according to ScottishGolfHistory.org. Yeah, as you can see, it's kind of saying watch out. That's kind of what 4 means. Watch out, ball coming your way. Most of the people just duck out of the way or keep trying to guard or whatever. And then to lip out, that means when the ball is rolling, see, here's the cup, the ball rolls around these edges, and it doesn't go in the hole, and that's called a lip out. It happens quite often. For me, it happens a lot. It's frustrating, but it's part of the game, so I just gotta roll with the punches. And as we move on to the rules, or these are just a couple of the golf terms. There's plenty more, we could talk all day about them. So as we move on to the golf rules, there's an out of bounds penalty. So when you're hitting and you hit it out of bounds, they're usually marked by white stakes, or they're unmarked, and it's pretty obvious if it's out of bounds. So either you can re-hit from where you just hit, or you can take a stroke and distance is what it's called, and you can move up and hit from wherever it is marked at. And then there's a putting penalty. So if you're putting on a green, say these 2 balls right here, if this person putts and it rolls into this next ball, then that person that putted gets 2 strokes added on to the final score for that hole. And then let's move on to the cart path. As you can see in this picture, there's a person standing here on the cart path and his ball is right there. A lot of people are afraid of hitting their club on the cart path. It can cause a lot of injury, break your wrist, even hurt it, maybe break your club, and clubs are very expensive, you don't want to do that. So, you can get a club length relief. You kind of just drop your club down from the cart path, and then you can drop your ball from about knee height. That is kind of the same with hazard play. You may hit the ball in the water and you have to drop. So you find a stake, and let's say there's a stake right here. You take a two driver lengths, and then you drop it from your knee, and then wherever it drops is where you hit your next stroke, and that drop counts as one stroke, and then you hit your other one. It's the same with tall grass. If there's tall grass and if it's hittable, you can play out of a hazard area. And sometimes you can't play out of a hazard area because you just can't find your ball. So in that sense, you would just do the same thing where you just take two club lengths over, drop from your knee, and just play it there. I'm going to move back to the out of bounds part because I feel like I'm going to emphasize that more. This picture kind of shows it. These stakes are the out of bounds areas, and if your ball is on the left side here, you're out of bounds, you gotta drop or re-hit. But if you're like completely in line with the other stakes, out of bounds stakes, then you're good. You can just hit from there. But if you're anywhere outside of that, then you gotta re-hit or just take a stroke and distance and go up there and hit for another 2 strokes. Okay, so now that we've learned about a couple of the slang words and a couple of the rules, you can go out and play with your friends and know what you're doing, and kind of just fit in with people around the golf course. So as we go out and play this summer, or when it gets nicer out, it's kind of cold right now, so a lot of us aren't going out. We can join in a conversation with the local country club players or just whoever's out there, and we can actually understand what they're saying. Because a lot of times, even before this, you probably didn't even know what a couple of these were, and you can actually join in a conversation, and maybe even plan a future round with them. And that is the end of my speech.